I've been in business for quite a long time, and I've always felt that I'm sort of on the verge of getting somewhere and never actually getting there. And your emails are coming in, and I'd watched some of your Facebook things, and I sort of understand and had done a little bit with sort of manifesting and that sort of work in the past, and not really got anywhere with it. And I've done lots of meditation, and I've done lots of EFT and all those things, and hadn't actually got anywhere. And I think I was at that point where I just felt something needs to change, because I can't keep going as I am. I don't want to give up the business. It's not, I can't keep going as I am. And a lot else is underlying that. And your stuff just made sense. And then when we started working together, it made a lot more sense. But it's certainly, even just looking at the Facebook things that you were doing, and some of the webinars, it was easy. And I thought, actually, that's not magic and weird stuff. That's easy to do. I can fit that into my life. So that's, and then we had a long chat, and I thought, actually, yes, this girl's going to help me. And you have. so that's, I think I was coming from a place of feeling very, very stuck, and as if there weren't very many options. And then suddenly this whole world opened up, where you think, actually, there are options, and it is in my control. And that's quite empowering in itself. So yeah, it's been really good.
Could you share a little bit about the biggest results that you've seen through this work together? And I mean, you could share maybe, if you want, obviously, about how you saw your lead product magically taking off,
Yeah.
and how those new business opportunities appeared. Also, you know, whatever you feel that is relevant, that you were through this experience.
Quite, I'm not going to say unbelievable, because it is believable, but and when you start doing this work, you think, well, I know that if I do it and I'm consistent, things are going to change. But I have a product that typically, it's a product I've developed. It's a muscle product for muscle aches and pains, and I typically I sell a lot to my own clients, but through the website I sell a couple of jars every other month. And I started doing the work with you, and literally within 24 hours I'd sold almost, well, over a year's worth of product. It was just, the emails were just, the first couple came in, and I was sort of like, oh, there's an order, and then another couple, oh, there's another order, and then it just kept going all night. And I spoke to the chap who does my marketing. He said, well, what's changed? And I said, well, the only thing I've done is work with Christina and Tap. and I say, it's absolutely incredible that this product is suddenly flying off the shelves now. And I think that gave me the confidence then to think, actually, yeah, what I am doing it does work, and I can take a bit of control of things myself. It's then keeping that, so applying that to other things as you know, as life goes on. But no, that was a groundbreaking moment, to suddenly have all this pinging in over a 24-hour period. All these orders came in. It was that was magic. That was amazing.
And additionally, I know that you also got new collaborations. You basically had business opportunities suddenly opening up for you.
Yeah, and I think one of the other things I was feeling when I started work with you was that I was feeling very unsupported for lots of different reasons, and suddenly I was starting to work with a group of people who have never worked with that sort of sector of people before, and suddenly they are really lovely, and they're all really encouraging, and they're all saying, oh, well, you could go and do this, and we can introduce you to this person. This whole sort of level of support opened up that I wouldn't have seen before. And yeah, different collaborations, and that's carrying on. Different people are coming to me saying, oh, well, perhaps we can work this way, and perhaps we can do that. So that's and not just with that muscle gel product, but with other business opportunities in general. Things are coming up, and support has suddenly appeared from seemingly nowhere. But it's support that I think, oh, I really wish, what I really need is somebody to just do my stuff, and somebody has just agreed to do my stuff, so, and push the business forward with it. So it's great. It does work. Yeah, it's been a really enlightening experience.
What do you feel that was the change inside? Like Shelley looking and feeling in, you know, in Shelley's body and in Shelley's shoes?
It's the confidence to know that you can make a change yourself, which I think we're told often, and there are lots of books and all sorts of theories out there about how, you know, it all comes from within, and we all know that. But actually experiencing that in a really concrete way was really that was really amazing to actually have that experience. I think actually that was not difficult. It was relatively easy to do in terms of the tasks. You've got to be consistent, as you have with everything, but you know there's nothing, you haven't got to go off for a weekend and chant and all this sort of thing. They're very easy things that you can do just in every day, and just looking at things in a slightly different way. So now, whereas in the past I might have looked at a situation and thought, oh gosh, you know, maybe I can't do that, or that's not going to work, then now you can tip it on its head and zoom yourself forwards and think, actually, where do I want to be? And it just works in a different way. So it's changing your attitude to things and giving you that sense of confidence that you can come from an empowered place, which is really valuable. And that's continued with all sorts of areas of life, not just business. But you know, when my 4-year-old's having a bit of a meltdown, it's that, okay, stop, breathe, let's just approach this differently. So it's worked in all sorts of little ways, not just for work, which is great. So.
It always does, right?
Yeah.
The change inside then has rippling effects. What do you feel that was your biggest breakthrough, if you were to, you know, the biggest takeaway of that you are living with from this kind of work?
It's definitely that sense of confidence that you can make a change for yourself, and that change is only by changing the way that the place that you're coming from, so changing your mindset. So doing the exercises and things that you do, having those, they're all tools. And also I think the fact that it doesn't have to be as prescriptive. When I'd done things in the past, you feel you have to do it in a particular way and it has to be very precise. And it's that sort of sense that just do the tapping, just do what feels right for you. If it's the Ho'oponopono, which I can't say, but if it's that, or if it's the tapping, or if it's the meditation, or if it's sitting having a cup of tea and appreciating where you are for that moment, that all those things come into it. It's not just, right, you have to sit down, you've got to write your journal, you've got to do this, you've got to do your tapping, you've got to do a meditation, and you have all these things which you can't possibly fit into your day. So I think the biggest thing for me was that in any moment that you have a wobble, you have a tool where you think, I can just do that, I can just use that pressure point, I can just think in a different way, and that's what works. So it's that that confidence coming from, it's easy to do, it's easy, it's simple. As you say. I think that actually saying it's simple, I'd written that down, and all your Facebook messages I write down on my calendar, so I have one a day and I look at it. And I keep saying to people, it's simple, it's easy. And when I started doing that, suddenly all these orders started coming in. So I think we're not meant to be here for it to be difficult, and it's just like a revelation that it really is simple. So yeah, it's great.
So here's a new one. It's easy, it's simple, it's magical.
Yes. Brilliant, I like that.
Now, just to conclude, what would be what would you tell to someone who is pondering about going through this work, this mindset work?
Okay, I made really heavy weather out of joining up and thinking I can't afford it, what if it doesn't work, and all these things. And I would say to someone, and I have said to people, that just sort of leap in, really, because if you're going to do it and not do any work, then don't bother, but that's the same with anything. But if you're going to sign up to it and actually do the exercises and think about things, then you'll get back more than you invest. It's absolutely, it's just completely changed the way I think about everything, not just with the business, but the way I think about and address everything. So I would just say to anybody, and have said to people, just sign up and get on with it. It's great. And then in 2 months' time, when you're that bit further down the line, you'll have all these extra tools, and it makes a difference. It really does. It makes a huge difference. So yeah, I'm telling everybody. It's great. I wouldn't have any hesitation about signing up again. If I was looking at me 2 months ago with my umming and ahhing, thinking, oh, I can't, I don't know what to do, then now I wouldn't have any hesitation to sign up. It was great. Thank you.